To feel the years pass is natural, but to lose the vibrant connection to our own strength, our own movement, this is a sorrow we need not accept. Many search far and wide for complex answers, yet often the most profound support lies hidden in the simplest gifts from the earth. Journey with me through this understanding, for the final insight we uncover together is a quiet, enduring power you can cultivate within you. Inner stillness. We often speak of the body and mind as separate, yet they are two shores of the same river, constantly influencing one another, flowing together through the landscape of our lives. As we navigate the later seasons of our existence, this connection becomes even more apparent, more crucial to our sense of well-being. When we consider strengthening our bones, our muscles, especially after the milestone of 60 years, it is easy to fall into a purely mechanical view, to see the body as a machine that simply needs better parts or more fuel. But true strength, the kind that sustains us not just physically but also in spirit, this arises from a deeper place, from a harmonious dialogue between our inner state and our physical form. It is not about resisting the natural unfolding of time, for that is a battle that brings only tension. Instead, it is about cultivating a resilience, a suppleness of being that allows us to adapt, to bend like bamboo in the wind rather than break like a dry twig. Think of an old tree, its roots deep in the earth, its branches reaching towards the sky. Its strength is not in its rigidity, but in its ability to yield and yet remain firmly anchored. This is the quality we seek. Our body is not merely a vessel to carry our consciousness. It is our closest companion on this earthly journey. It experiences the world with us, for us. How then do we honor this companionship, especially as it changes with time? The first step is often the cultivation of stillness, not an empty stillness, but one of attentive observation. To sit quietly and listen, truly listen, to the subtle messages the body sends. A whisper of discomfort here, a feeling of lightness there. In our busy lives, we often override these signals, pushing through until the whisper becomes a shout. But in the quiet discipline of listening, we begin to learn its language, its needs, its wisdom. This inner stillness is the fertile ground from which mindful action can grow. It is here we can discern what truly nourishes, not just our tissues and bones, but our entire being. The desire to maintain physical capacity is natural, but let it be guided by this gentle awareness, this respect for the intricate dance of life within us. The foundation of lasting health is not built on aggressive regimens or fleeting fads, but on a consistent, compassionate attention to the whole self. This understanding itself begins to shift the energy, to create an inner environment where true strength can take root and flourish naturally, gracefully. Consider the energy we expend in worry, in frustration about the changes aging brings. This energy, if redirected, can become a powerful force for cultivation. When we approach our well-being not from a place of fear, fear of weakness, fear of decline, but from a place of quiet intention, the journey itself becomes different. It becomes less of a struggle and more of an exploration, a path of discovery. The mind that is calm, that is clear, can make choices that truly support the body. It can discern the simple truths often obscured by the noise of the world. And so, before we even speak of specific foods or exercises, we must first touch upon this inner landscape. For if the mind is agitated, if it is caught in patterns of stress or negativity, then even the most perfect nourishment may not be fully received, its benefits diminished. True strength, therefore, begins with this inner alignment, this commitment to approach our own well-being with a spirit of kindness and patient understanding. It is a journey inward to the core of our being, where the quiet power to sustain and regenerate resides, waiting to be acknowledged and engaged. This is not a passive state, but an active, mindful presence that informs every choice, every action, transforming the way we inhabit our physical form. The world often teaches us to seek external validation, to measure our worth by external standards. But as the years accumulate, there is an invitation to turn inwards, to find a different kind of strength, one that is not dependent on youthful appearance or vigorous performance, but on an inner sense of solidity, of peace. This inner state directly influences our physiology. A mind at ease allows the body to relax, to repair, to function optimally. When we cultivate this inner stillness, we create space for the body's innate wisdom to emerge. This wisdom knows how to heal, how to maintain balance, if only we provide the right conditions. And those conditions are not just physical, they are profoundly mental and emotional. So, as we embark on this exploration of how simple seeds can support our bones and muscles, let us carry with us this understanding that the most potent ingredient is the quality of our own attention, our own presence. It is this that transforms a simple act of eating into a practice of self-care, a ritual of deep nourishment. It is this that allows the body to truly receive the gifts we offer it and to respond with vitality and grace, irrespective of the number of years we have lived. This inner foundation is the bedrock upon which all other practices for well-being are built, ensuring they are not just temporary fixes, but part of a deeper, more integrated way of living. Nature's embrace. There is a profound intelligence in the natural world, a wisdom that unfolds in cycles, in seasons, in the very fabric of existence. If we pause to observe, truly observe, we can see this intelligence at work everywhere. In the way a forest regenerates, in the way a river finds its path to the sea, in the way a tiny seed holds the potential for a mighty tree. This same intelligence resides within us, for we are not separate from nature, but an intrinsic part of it. When we speak of nourishing our bodies, especially as we seek to maintain strength and vitality in our later years, we are essentially looking for ways to align ourselves more closely with these natural principles, to receive the support that nature so generously offers. Food, in its purest form, is not just a collection of chemicals or calories. It is a carrier of life force, of information, of the very energy of the sun and the earth. When we choose foods that are whole, unprocessed, and grown with care, we are inviting this vibrant energy into our being, allowing it to communicate with our cells, to support our body's innate capacity for health and regeneration. This understanding shifts our perspective from simply eating to nourishing, a subtle but significant difference in intention and approach. The earth, in its quiet and unassuming way, provides an abundance of resources for our well-being. Often the most powerful of these are the simplest, those that have sustained life for millennia. We live in an age of complexity where solutions are often sought in intricate formulas and advanced technologies. And while these have their place, we must not overlook the profound efficacy of what is natural, what is elemental. Consider the journey of a plant. It draws nutrients from the soil, energy from the sun, moisture from the rain, and through a miraculous process, transforms these into a form that can sustain other life. When we consume such a plant or its seeds, we are partaking in this entire cycle, receiving a concentrated essence of life's creative power. There is an inherent harmony in this exchange, a sense of rightness. Seeds, in particular, are a remarkable testament to nature's design. Within their small, often humble appearance, they encapsulate the blueprint for new life, a condensed package of energy, nutrients, and potential. They are, in a very real sense, the starting point of sustenance for so much of the world. To incorporate them into our diet with awareness is to tap into this foundational source of vitality, to draw upon the earth's deep and enduring strength. This concept of food as a carrier of life force, sometimes referred to as ki or vital energy, is central to many ancient traditions of health and healing. It suggests that the quality of our food goes far beyond its measurable components. It speaks to the aliveness of the food, its connection to the natural environment from which it came. Foods that are fresh, seasonal, and minimally processed are considered to be rich in this vital energy, while those that are heavily processed, artificial, or stale are seen as depleted. When we choose to nourish ourselves with foods that are vibrant and full of life, we are supporting not just the physical structures of our body, but also our overall energy levels, our clarity of mind, and our emotional balance. This is particularly relevant as we age, for maintaining a good flow of vital energy is key to preserving our resilience and our capacity to engage with life fully. It is not about chasing perpetual youth, but about nurturing a sustainable vitality that allows us to live each stage of life with presence and grace. Nature's embrace is gentle yet powerful, offering us a path to well-being that is both accessible and deeply attuned to our inherent needs. By turning towards these natural sources of nourishment, we are also engaging in an act of reconnection. In many modern societies, we have become somewhat disconnected from the sources of our food, from the rhythms of nature. Choosing to consciously incorporate simple whole foods like seeds can be a way of bridging this gap, of remembering our place within the larger web of life. This reconnection itself can be healing, bringing a sense of grounding and belonging. It is a quiet rebellion against the rush and artificiality that can often characterize contemporary life. It is an affirmation of the enduring value of simplicity, of authenticity. As we learn to appreciate the subtle gifts of nature, we may find that our needs become simpler, our desires more aligned with what truly sustains us. This journey of embracing nature's offerings is not just about physical health. It is about cultivating a way of life that is more harmonious, more mindful, and ultimately more fulfilling. It is about understanding that the same principles that govern the health of a forest or a river also govern our own health, and that by aligning with these principles, we can access a deep wellspring of vitality that is always available to us if we only learn to receive it. Seed secrets. Within the embrace of nature, seeds hold a special significance. They are the keepers of potential, the tiny vessels carrying the promise of future life, of nourishment, of continuity. When we look at a seed, we are seeing not just a speck of matter, but a highly concentrated form of life energy, meticulously designed to protect and propagate its species. This inherent vitality is precisely what makes them such valuable allies in our quest for sustained health, especially for maintaining the strength of our bones and the resilience of our muscles as we journey through our later years. Each type of seed offers its own unique profile of support, its own particular way of interacting with our physiology, yet they all share this common characteristic of being densely packed with the building blocks of life. It is not about dissecting them into their chemical components, listing vitamins and minerals as if they were items in a laboratory. Rather, it is about appreciating their wholeness, their inherent intelligence, and the way they can synergistically support our body's own wisdom. Let us consider a few, not as a prescriptive list, but as examples of nature's quiet generosity. Think of the sesame seed, so small, almost inconspicuous, yet revered in many cultures for its ability to nourish deeply, to support the very foundation of our physical structure. There is a certain grounding quality to sesame, an earthiness that seems to speak directly to the needs of our bones, helping to maintain their density and integrity. It is as if these tiny seeds carry an ancient memory of strength, a resilience that they offer to us when we make them part of our lives. They remind us that true strength often comes in unassuming packages, that profound effects can arise from simple, consistent choices. Then there is the flax seed, with its smooth, almost glossy surface. Within it lies a wealth of essential fatty acids, oils that are crucial for maintaining the body's suppleness, for ensuring that our joints remain lubricated and our movements fluid. In a way, flax embodies the principle of flow, of adaptability. It helps to keep the inner pathways open, allowing energy and nourishment to circulate freely. This quality of inner lubrication is so important as we age, contributing not just to physical comfort, but also to a sense of ease and grace in our everyday activities. Consider also the chia seed, known for its remarkable ability to absorb water, to swell and create a gel-like substance. This property speaks of its capacity to provide sustained hydration and energy, to offer a slow, steady release of nourishment. Historically, chia seeds were valued by messengers and warriors for their endurance-enhancing qualities, allowing them to travel long distances with sustained vigor. For us, in our modern lives, they can offer a similar benefit, a gentle, reliable source of energy that helps us to navigate our days without the peaks and troughs that come from less wholesome foods. They represent a quiet, steady strength, a resilience that builds from within. And then there are pumpkin seeds, often enjoyed as a simple snack, yet possessing a robust nutritional profile that supports overall vitality. There is a warmth to pumpkin seeds, a heartiness that feels particularly comforting and supportive, especially for the core functions of the body. They speak of the bounty of the harvest, of nature's provision for our well-being, offering a sense of inner fortitude and foundational support for our muscles and overall energy systems. The wisdom lies not in consuming vast quantities of any one seed or in treating them as a magic bullet. Rather, it is in the mindful and varied inclusion of these natural gifts into our daily rhythm. Each seed, with its unique essence, contributes a different note to the symphony of our well-being. It is about understanding their inherent nature, the subtle ways they can support our body's own efforts to maintain balance and strength. This is not a matter of scientific formulas, but of intuitive connection, of observing how these simple foods make us feel, how they contribute to our overall sense of vitality. When we approach seeds with this kind of appreciation, we are doing more than just feeding our physical bodies. We are engaging in a dialogue with nature, acknowledging its profound capacity to nourish and sustain us. These tiny powerhouses are a testament to the fact that the most effective solutions are often the most natural ones, those that have stood the test of time, offering their quiet strength to all who are willing to receive it with an open heart and a discerning mind. Mindful path. To truly benefit from the quiet strength offered by these natural seeds, the way we incorporate them into our lives is as important as the seeds themselves. It is not merely a matter of mechanical addition to our diet, but an invitation to cultivate a more mindful relationship with our food and with the act of nourishment itself. This mindful path begins with the simple act of intention. When we choose to include these seeds, we can do so with a conscious awareness of their life-giving properties, with a sense of gratitude for the sustenance they provide. This intention transforms the ordinary act of eating into a more meaningful ritual, a way of actively participating in our own well-being. It shifts the focus from passive consumption to active, conscious nourishment. This change in mindset, subtle as it may seem, can have a profound impact on how our body receives and utilizes the food we offer it. It is about bringing our full presence to the process, from selection and preparation to the final act of eating. The preparation of seeds, in many cases, is a crucial step in unlocking their full potential. Some seeds, like flax, benefit from being ground, as this makes their nutrients more accessible to the body. Others, like chia, can be soaked, which not only aids digestion, but also enhances their unique gelling properties. This act of preparation, when approached with care and attention, becomes part of the mindful practice. It is a moment to connect with the food, to appreciate its form, its texture, its subtle aroma. Instead of seeing it as a chore, we can view it as an opportunity to engage our senses, to slow down, and to infuse the food with our positive intention. This conscious handling of our food is a form of respect, both for the gift from nature and for our own bodies. It acknowledges that nourishment is not just about filling an empty stomach, but about providing ourselves with the carefully prepared building blocks they need to thrive, especially when we are focusing on maintaining the integrity of our bones and the vitality of our muscles in our later years. Then comes the act of eating itself. In our often hurried lives, meals can become rushed affairs, with little attention paid to the process of chewing or savoring. Yet, digestion begins in the mouth, and the way we eat significantly influences how well we absorb nutrients. To eat mindfully means to slow down, to chew thoroughly, to allow the flavors and textures to register fully on our palate. It means putting aside distractions, at least for a few moments, and focusing solely on the experience of nourishment. When we do this, we not only improve our digestion and assimilation of nutrients, but we also cultivate a deeper sense of satisfaction and contentment from our food. We become more attuned to our body's signals of hunger and fullness, leading to more balanced eating habits. This practice of mindful eating, applied to the consumption of seeds and all other foods, transforms mealtime into an opportunity for presence, for quiet contemplation, and for profound self-care. It is a simple yet powerful way to enhance the benefits of any wholesome food we choose to consume. This mindful path is not about perfection or rigid rules. It is about bringing a gentle awareness, a kind attention to our daily choices. It is about recognizing that small, consistent actions, when performed with mindfulness, can accumulate into significant positive changes over time. Incorporating seeds into our diet in this way is not a quick fix, but a gradual cultivation of well-being. It is about fostering a relationship with food that is based on respect, understanding, and joy, rather than restriction or obligation. As we walk this path, we may find that our tastes change, that we develop a greater appreciation for simple, natural flavors. We may also find that this mindfulness extends beyond our meals, influencing other areas of our lives, bringing a greater sense of presence and calm to our days. This is the true gift of the mindful path, not just improved physical health, but a deeper connection to ourselves, to our food, and to the natural world that sustains us. It is a gentle journey of discovery, where each mindful bite is a step towards greater vitality and inner harmony. Body's echo. Once we begin to walk this mindful path, incorporating nature's gifts like seeds with intention and care, the next step in our journey is to learn to listen to the body's echo, to its subtle and sometimes not so subtle responses. Our body is an incredibly intelligent system, constantly communicating its needs, its states of balance or imbalance. However, in the noise of daily life, or through years of not paying close attention, we may have lost some of our sensitivity to its language. Cultivating this ability to listen is paramount, especially when we are making changes to support our health in later life, such as strengthening our bones and muscles. It is not about expecting dramatic overnight transformations, but about developing a refined awareness for the nuanced shifts that occur within us. This requires patience, a quality often undervalued in a world that craves instant results. True, sustainable strength, like the slow growth of a strong oak tree, is built layer by layer, day by day, and its development is often quiet and internal before it becomes visibly manifest. Patience is the companion of observation. As we consistently offer our body nourishing foods, prepared and consumed with mindfulness, we can begin to notice subtle changes. Perhaps it's a slight increase in our energy levels throughout the day, a feeling of greater ease in our joints when we rise in the morning, or a subtle improvement in our digestion. Maybe it's a deeper sense of calm or a more restful night's sleep. These are the body's echoes, its way of saying, yes, this is helpful, this is good. Conversely, if something does not agree with us, the body will also let us know, perhaps through discomfort, lethargy, or other signals. Learning to distinguish these messages without judgment is a key skill in tailoring our approach to our unique individual needs. What works wonderfully for one person may not be ideal for another, for we each have our own constitution, our own history, our own present circumstances. The body in its wisdom is our most reliable guide on this personal journey of well-being, far more accurate than any external dogma or fleeting trend. It is important to approach this process of listening without the burden of rigid expectations. If we are constantly looking for a specific outcome, a miracle cure, we may miss the more gentle, cumulative benefits that are unfolding. The journey of cultivating strength and vitality, especially as we age, is not a linear progression. There will be days when we feel more energetic and days when we feel less so. This is natural, a part of the ebb and flow of life. The key is to observe these fluctuations with a sense of gentle curiosity, rather than with anxiety or disappointment. This allows us to make adjustments to our choices with wisdom and compassion, rather than reacting impulsively. This ongoing dialogue with our body, this attentive listening to its echoes, fosters a deeper relationship of trust and partnership with our physical self. We begin to see our body not as something to be controlled or conquered, but as a wise friend to be understood and supported. This attunement to our body's responses also helps us to move beyond a purely mechanical understanding of health. When we feel the positive effects of nourishing choices, not just physically, but also in our overall sense of well-being, it reinforces our commitment to these practices in a way that no amount of intellectual understanding ever could. It is the lived experience of greater vitality, of increased comfort, of enhanced resilience that truly anchors these habits into our lives. This inner knowing, born from direct experience, becomes a powerful motivator, guiding us towards choices that genuinely support our flourishing. So, as we incorporate these seeds, these tiny kernels of life force, into our daily rhythm, let us also cultivate the quiet space to listen for the body's echo. Let us be patient, observant, and responsive. In this gentle, attentive exchange, we will discover the most effective and harmonious way to support our enduring strength and vitality, creating a foundation of well-being that resonates from the inside out, a quiet hum of health that accompanies us through all our days. Flowing form. The nourishment we derive from nature's offerings, such as these life-enhancing seeds, provides the essential building blocks for our physical structure. But this inner strength finds its true expression in our ability to move, to interact with the world around us with grace and freedom. The connection between strong bones, supple muscles, and the capacity for joyful movement is undeniable. As we age, maintaining this ability to move with ease becomes increasingly precious, for it is intrinsically linked to our independence, our engagement with life, and our overall sense of vitality. This is not about striving for the athletic prowess of youth, but about cultivating a sustainable agility, a flowing form that allows us to perform daily activities without discomfort and to continue pursuing the movements that bring us joy, whether it be walking in nature, tending a garden, playing with grandchildren, or practicing gentle forms of exercise like Tai Chi or Qigong. These seeds, by supporting the very framework of our body, lay the foundation for such enduring movement. The kind of movement that best complements this inner nourishment is often not the strenuous, high-impact variety that can sometimes deplete our reserves, especially in later years. Instead, it is movement that is mindful, consistent, and respectful of the body's current capacities. Gentle, flowing exercises, such as those found in ancient traditions, are particularly beneficial because they do more than just work the muscles and bones. They cultivate and circulate vital energy, or qi, throughout the body. They encourage flexibility, balance, and coordination, all of which are crucial for preventing falls and maintaining mobility. When our bones are well nourished and our muscles are resilient, these gentle movements become even more effective, helping to integrate that inner strength into a harmonious, functional wholeness. The seeds provide the raw materials, the internal support, and our mindful movement helps to weave these materials into a strong yet pliable fabric of physical well-being. Imagine the feeling of waking up in the morning and being able to stretch comfortably, to rise from a chair with ease, to walk with a steady, confident gait. These seemingly small abilities contribute immensely to our quality of life. They are the practical manifestations of well-cared-for bones and muscles. The consistent, mindful inclusion of nutrient-dense seeds can play a significant role in preserving this functional capacity. They help to ensure that our body has what it needs to repair and maintain itself, allowing us to continue enjoying the freedom of movement that we so often take for granted until it becomes compromised. This synergy between inner nourishment and outer movement creates a positive feedback loop. The more comfortably we can move, the more likely we are to stay active, and the more active we are, the stronger our bones and muscles become. It is a virtuous cycle that supports not just physical health, but also mental clarity and emotional upliftment, as movement is a natural antidote to stagnation, both physical and mental. Therefore, as we embrace the wisdom of seeds for strengthening our inner architecture, let us also embrace the joy of mindful movement. Let us find forms of activity that feel good to our bodies, that bring us a sense of pleasure and accomplishment, rather than feeling like a burdensome chore. It could be a daily walk, paying attention to the rhythm of our breath and the sensation of our feet on the earth. It could be gentle stretching exercises that maintain flexibility and ease tension. Or it could be the flowing, meditative movements of Tai Chi, which cultivate balance, coordination, and a deep sense of inner calm. Whatever form it takes, the key is consistency and mindfulness. When our physical form is nourished from within and expressed through harmonious movement, we embody a vitality that is both resilient and graceful. This is the flowing form we seek, a testament to a life lived in balance, supported by the quiet wisdom of nature and the gentle power of our own mindful choices, allowing us to navigate our years with enduring strength and an open heart. Lasting light. As we weave together these threads, the inner stillness, the embrace of nature's wisdom through simple seeds, the mindful path of nourishment, the attentive listening to our body's echo, and the cultivation of a flowing, mobile form, we begin to experience something more profound than just improved physical health. We begin to touch upon a quality of lasting light, an inner radiance that emanates from a state of deep, holistic well-being. This is the true culmination of our journey, the final insight that was hinted at from the beginning, that enduring strength is not merely a physical attribute, but an inner state of harmony and vitality that reflects outwards, influencing every aspect of our being and how we engage with the world. This light is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing we are actively participating in our own flourishing, making conscious choices that honor both our body and our spirit, especially as we navigate the rich tapestry of our later years. This inner radiance is not about achieving some idealized state of perfection, for life is always in flux, always presenting new challenges and opportunities for growth. Rather, it is about cultivating a resilient core, a deep wellspring of vitality from which we can draw, regardless of external circumstances. When our bones are strong, our muscles supple, our energy clear, and our mind calm, we naturally exude a certain presence, a quiet strength that others can sense. This is not something that can be faked or forced. It arises authentically from a life lived in alignment with natural principles, with self-awareness, and with compassion. The simple seeds we have spoken of are but one tool, one small yet significant part of this larger picture. Their power is amplified when they are integrated into a lifestyle that values mindfulness, gentle movement, and a respectful connection with the natural world and with our own inner landscape. This integrated approach is what allows that lasting light to truly shine. The wisdom gained on this path is not meant to be hoarded, but to be shared, often not through explicit teaching, but through the quiet example of how we live our lives. When others see the vitality, the grace, and the peaceful strength that can accompany us even in our later decades, it offers them a different perspective on aging, a more hopeful and empowering one. It shows that it is possible to age not with a sense of decline, but with a sense of deepening, of accumulating wisdom and inner richness. This is perhaps one of the most beautiful aspects of cultivating this lasting light. It becomes a beacon for others, inspiring them to explore their own potential for well-being. The journey is personal, but its fruits can have a ripple effect, contributing to a more conscious and vibrant community where the value of experience and the dignity of age are truly honored. This journey towards lasting vitality, supported by the humble strength of seeds and the power of mindful living, is ultimately a journey towards wholeness. It is about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, our mind, our body, our spirit, and the natural world around us. It is about understanding that true strength is gentle, resilient, and deeply rooted in the simple truths of existence. As we embrace these principles, we find that we are not just strengthening our bones and muscles for a few more years of activity, but we are cultivating an enduring quality of being, a luminous presence that can light up our own path and perhaps cast a gentle glow on the paths of those we meet. This is the profound gift of a life lived with awareness and intention, a life that continues to unfold with strength, grace, and an ever-deepening appreciation for the quiet miracle of being alive. This is the essence of that final powerful insight, that the most potent source of lasting light is found within, carefully tended and generously shared. The journey to lasting strength, especially as the seasons of our life mature, is not a battle against time, but a dance with it. It's about finding the profound in the simple, the enduring power in nature's quiet offerings. These humble seeds, embraced with mindfulness, can become potent allies, helping to fortify our physical vessel so our inner light can shine ever more brightly. May we all find the wisdom to nourish our roots so we may stand strong and graceful, weathering all of life's winds with a resilient spirit and a peaceful heart, truly living every chapter to its fullest. This wisdom is so deeply resonant. It's not just about what to eat, but how to live and how to perceive our own aging journey. I've been looking for ways to support my body more naturally as I get older, and this approach feels so gentle and empowering. Thank you for reminding us that true strength comes from within, nurtured by nature and mindfulness. I'm inspired to bring more of these simple seeds and this mindful awareness into my daily life.